You are listening to Charlie's Truth audio blog, entry 14. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Hello, friends. Hello, family. Hello, community. We're back. Welcome to another entry of Charlie's Truth audio blog. I've missed us, y'all. So, first of all, I pray that you all are well. I pray that you are feeling good, feeling great. I pray that everything that you desire is showing up before you. I pray that preparation is meeting you where you are. Stay ready so you ain't got to get ready, okay? And I'm sending you all a virtual hug. I hope that you're staying cool, that you're staying hydrated, and that you're minding your business, okay? And that peace is your state of mind, generally, or state of being. Sorry. That peace is your state of being, okay? So, as I said, welcome to another entry of Charlie's Truth audio blog. So, y'all, we know I've been committed to audio blogging for 30 days. I've made that the choice. I've been following through. This is entry 14, but probably should have been like entry 16. I've missed 2 days, okay? Life happens and energy fluctuates, and your girl just, I didn't have it these past days. I didn't have the energy to speak. I didn't have the energy to come up with things to say. I kind of was just in a state of stillness, you know? Ever since the new moon, the full moon, I've just been like relaxed. I've just been wanting to relax. I've been sleeping. I've been resting. I've been giving myself what I need, okay? And so instead of forcing myself to find something to say, I kind of just allowed myself to flow to what felt aligned in that moment, in those moments. And I figured that when it was time that I have something to say. And so here I am talking about honoring your needs, okay? So I tend to be someone who I like to challenge myself. And so when I decided to do this audio blog, I knew I needed to give myself a challenge. Like that was how not only would I make it fun, but that's how I was going to be able to sustain it. I just enjoy challenging myself. I enjoy just being able to keep track, right? Being able to reflect later, right? If the goal is, hey, I'm going to blog daily for 30 days, I can easily measure that, right? Because I either blogged daily for 30 days or I didn't, okay? And so I like doing stuff like that because it's easy for me to keep track of it. I can easily decide, hey, how did I do here? I can reflect, I can make adjustments as I go to. And it's just fun. I really, really just enjoy challenging myself, seeing what I'm all about. And so, I expected that when I did this 30 day, I was going to just do this 30-day daily with ease. I have to be honest. Because when I did the 30-day blogging, like the writing on Medium, I had so much fun and I had no issues writing daily. Like, yes, there was days I was exhausted, but I was just so hyped by the challenge that even when I was exhausted, I could keep going. And so, I kind of didn't think much, but I forgot that there are times where I just don't feel like talking. I don't know how I forgot that. I don't know how I didn't plan that into the plan. But it's also good because then I probably would have gave myself outs on the days that I didn't want to blog or on the days where my calendar got full or unexpected things happened. I probably would have gave myself an out. So I'm happy I guess I did not consider that, but we don't know what would have happened. All we know is that what did happen. And what did happen is I took a couple of days off to just take care of myself. I just felt like I just had very low energy and my energy was very much giving me rest, relax. I'm exhausted. I'm becoming exhausted. And so I took that pause. I think it's really important that we listen to our bodies. Getting into the human design system has really taught me the importance of getting out of my head and into my body, because there's so much wisdom within our bodies. There's so much guidance coming from our body. There's so much information coming from our body. And with someone with a splenic authority, right, who get guidance and hints in the moment for what is best for me, being in my body is so important because our splenic authority talk to us through our five senses. So your girl gotta be in tune. Okay, I need to have a clear energy field. And also being a projector type, having that sensitive energy, knowing my openness, knowing just how my energy works, being in my body is so important for my health. And so, when I'm in my body, when I'm paying attention to my body, right, I can prevent burnout. I used to be a person who was in a cycle of burnout. Like, no joke. I would burn myself out often. It was just like this freaking cycle. And I want to say within the past like 3 years, I haven't had that issue as much. Um, I now understand my limits, right? Like our bodies and our minds have limits. And ignoring the signs of exhaustion or stress can lead to burnout. And so a state of physical and mental collapse caused by overwork or stress is just not it. And that's exactly what burnout is. It's just this physical and mental collapse, like as a result of like our overwork and our stressing, us exhausting our body, going past, you know, what we have the stamina to do. And so it is about learning how to notice those early signs, those early warnings, right? The fatigue, the irritability, the lack of motivation, and the physical symptoms, right? Sometimes it could be a headache or muscle pain, or because those are also indications that your body and mind need rest. And as we know, I have been talking about how irritable I've been, right? Off and on, but I have been a little like, a little girl. And it's like, girl, what is going on with you? Right? Because it ain't never about the person. It's all about me. Those are my feelings. Those are my emotions. Those are my sensations. So what is going on with me? And so, I think that taking that break really helped me to just like refresh, reset, calibrate myself. Okay. Because the other thing is like when we take these breaks, when we honor what we need, we also can enhance our productivity and creativity, right? Because rest and recovery is a thing. And it's like just as athletes need rest days to perform at their best, so do our minds and bodies, right? Like regular breaks and proper rest can boost productivity and creativity. And that's something that I want to work more on is resting. My boo be like, you talk about your resting and you're on a computer. And I'm like, what rejuvenates you and what rejuvenate me ain't the same things, right? So it's also understanding what is considered rest for you, what is relaxing for you. Because sometimes it really is just laying in my bed. Sometimes it is reading and being comfortable on the couch with some water, right? And so it's about learning what your needs are and then being able to give that to yourself. And sometimes it's about checking in with yourself, asking yourself, because sometimes I really have to just sit there and be like, what do you need? And I give myself options. Like I would start naming things in my head. And when I feel myself light up, I just go for it. I'd be like, all right, that's what we want. That's what we need. Cool. And so learning how your body works, learning how your energy works, understanding yourself is like a key to knowing what your needs are so that you can honor them. And I think on top of like taking that break and taking that pause, we also get that mental clarity. Adequate rest improves focus and mental clarity, and it allows us to work more efficiently and come up with innovative ideas. This on Speaking of, right, this whole resting on Sunday I went to go do my nails, and I do try to like pick out some ideas before I go, but for whatever reason, I don't know, I wasn't even sure I was gonna go to the nail salon because I was just so relaxed, right? Like I really did not want to do much of anything. I just wanted to be and not do. And so Sunday I did get up and I had energy because I rested most of Saturday. And so while I'm at the salon, my brain, this is what I told the nail tech. My brain just isn't working right now. It just isn't working. And so I don't have the energy to decide color schemes that go together. I knew I wanted polka dots. So that's what I knew. So I didn't have the energy to decide color schemes, okay? And so I asked my nail tech, I was like, we've been together a long time. Can you pick out the colors? I want polka dots. Don't even worry about it. You pick out the colors. And my nail tech did that. Okay. My nail tech was like, I got you. He was like, I got you. Because I was like, the brain is not working right now. She doesn't want to do anything for me, which is okay. Because I didn't need too much. I didn't need it. Okay. And so we got the nails done. They are cute. They are bright. They are beautiful. He did great as he always does. And so it really be that. Like, I just needed rest. Even my brain needed rest. And so some of the other benefit of like just taking that break and listening to our bodies and our minds is our physical health benefits as well, right? Our immune system. Because chronic stress and lack of sleep can weaken our immune system, making us more susceptible to illnesses. And so listening to our body's needs for rest can help maintain a strong immune system. One of the things I do pride myself on is the fact that like sometimes I can feel when I'm about to get sick. Like I'm so in tune with my body that I can feel when I'm about to get sick. And sometimes I can do stuff to prevent it. So, and that includes even like this idea of like feeling burnt out, feeling exhausted. Like when I feel myself getting to those points, I'm like, girl, you know it's only going to get worse. Because the thing with me and stress, when my stress is chronic, it gives me stomach pains. I had to learn this through experience. So I know when my body gets overworked, I will go through physical illnesses that doctors cannot figure out, like, I was in my first year of law school. Just an example. I was in my first year of law school and I started having these extreme stomach pains. Like growing up, I used to have stomach issues, but they used to be like throwing up. I couldn't keep food down. I just had no energy. And so this stomach pain was just pains. Like there was no throw up, there was no nauseousness. I just had bad stomach pains. But when I would take Tylenol, it would go away. Temporarily, but they would come back. So when I went to the doctor, they did all these tests. They found like a benign thing in my stomach. They was like, we'll keep checking for it in case it grows. But for the most part, like he could not figure out what was wrong. And mind you, we taking all these tests, right? I'm paying all these co-pays, nothing. No one mentions to me that it could be stress. The doctor was just like, it can't be anything too serious because Tylenol is taking the pain away. Yeah, it's temporarily taking the pain away, babe, but I can't live off of Tylenol or ibuprofen. And mind you, I'm not even a person that takes meds usually. But I was in my first year of law school. I got things to do. I can't be over there just in pain and not doing anything. Because when I did take the Tylenol, it worked. So I had to do what I had to do, right? I couldn't let my distaste for painkillers it wasn't that deep. So I would take the painkillers. Anywho, so it was like a couple of months. I think like 2 months left. I don't know if it was a month. I feel like sometimes things seem longer than they are when you're in it. So I know for at least a month I was in this pain. Because it even took me a while before I even went to the doctor. And so the pain goes away. The pain comes up back like a couple of months later, the same pain. So at this point, I'm like, I know what this is. This is stress. No one told me. I figured it out by paying attention to my body. And it was stress. And so I started to learn like, okay, this is a stress I've never experienced before. Makes sense, right? A lot of pressure. I was putting pressure on myself, right? Because the bottom 30% get dropped after the first year. So I was putting so much pressure on myself, right? Because now you're in a school, you're probably used to being the top student, but now you're in a school with a whole bunch of other top students, okay? So y'all all competing, and the bottom 30% is getting dropped, baby. So I ain't have no plan B. She ain't have no plan B. So, it was a lot going on back then, and I had just gotten out of the military. I wasn't even a year out yet. So, I can understand I had a lot going on. At the time, I think I was probably in a long distance relationship. It was just a lot. And so I got overly stressed, and that started causing me like physical sickness, physical ailments. And so I'm very big on telling people, like, when you have physical things happening to you, check on your mental state. Check on what's going on with you, because sometimes our mental health, sometimes the health of our body is being expressed physically. Our body is creating these illnesses to let us know that something is out of alignment, something is out of whack, something is just too much. And it expresses for people differently. And so for me, I get bad stomach pains, and it's no fucking joke. And so I've learned that I got to be mindful of stress. I got to be mindful of my energy. I have to pay attention to my body. Like, this is all important for my well-being. This is all important for my physical health, okay? And I want to be able to keep going. So I know that proper self-care practices are important. Getting adequate sleep is important. My nutrition is important. Exercise, right? All of this is contributing to a longer, healthier life. One thing I always say is that I want a quality life, not a quantity life. I'm not that impressed about living to 100 if I can't enjoy it, right? Like, if I can't enjoy my body, if I can't enjoy life. Like, I want a quality life. And so taking care of my body, taking care of my health is so important. And when I learned about human design and learned about having a projector aura type, it also helped me too, because with a projector aura type, your aura is so important to your strategy, so polishing your aura, having a light aura, having your aura bright and clear is so important. And so that has also helped me be more intentional about taking care of myself, taking care of my well-being, making sure my aura is light, making sure I feel good in my body, making sure my inner world is at peace, because all of that is being projected out into the world, right? All of that is being I'm trying to think of like what I say about definition, because I always say that definition is broadcasting. So all of that is being broadcasted into the world. And so I want to make sure I'm broadcasting in a way that I'm attracting what is truly aligned for me. And I can make sure of that by making sure my aura is in check, by making sure my aura is clear, by making sure I'm good, physically. And so the other thing about just like being mindful and honoring our needs is also our emotional and mental well-being. Like I've been saying, right? That stress management, regularly tuning into our mental state helps us to manage stress more effectively. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, and relaxation techniques can help us reduce and improve our mental health. I'm a very big advocate of deep breathing. I tell people, like, before I started meditating, before I can get my mind to before I can stop being so connected to my mind and attached to it, I used to just do one deep breath. And that one deep breath will always bring me back to my body. And that's how I learned to start practicing being in my body. That's how I started practicing resetting my nervous system. It started with a deep breath. That one deep breath will change your life, because it will bring you back into your body. And when we are in our body, we are in the present moment. Okay? When you are in your body, you are in the present moment. And then other things, that emotional balance, right? Like recognizing and addressing our emotional needs can lead to a better emotional balance and resilience. Because I'm just like, as I'm taking this break, I'm like, girl, you need this. Like, as much, and I have to say, I wasn't really too stressed about the audio blog, because I guess for myself, like, I knew I was gonna come back, and I was just like, I just need rest. Like, I don't know why now, but here we are, right? And I think that, like I was mentioning the other day, I was aggy. And like though and I was irritable, and so like though those weren't my emotions um I was experiencing completely, I did notice like I was a little like, oh, lately. I don't it was just like, girl, what is going on with you? Like, what is happening? Cuz I'm always honest with myself, right? Like if I got something going on, I'm never going to be like, you did it. Nah, what's up with me? Okay, what is up with me? I correct myself. Like, what is up with you? Because regardless of what is going on, even if somebody is like triggering something or activating something in me, regardless of what, it's still my responsibility. And so I got to figure out where's the wound, okay? What is being activated, and let's get to it. Okay, this is an invitation. So, and I feel like on top of everything, like as I was taking this break, it also was improving my relationships, because self-awareness is important, right? And so being in tune with my own needs makes me more self-aware and emotionally intelligent, and this can improve our interactions with and relationships with others. One thing I love about this version of me is, as I've matured, as I've become more emotionally intelligent, I'm very honest about where I am emotionally. And so I'll tell my partner, I'll tell my friends, I'll tell whoever I'm hanging out with, I'll name my emotions. So if I'm in an interaction with them and all of a sudden I start feeling like cranky, I'll say that, like, hey, I'm getting cranky, just to warn, right? Because where it goes from there is between who is it's up from there, right? Like, I don't know. It's not a permission to act right. It's not. I'm not giving myself a permission to be a dick or anything like that. But I like to like name it, and I like to be honest, and I like to say it out loud, because I think it helps all of us be able to adjust. Because maybe if I'm like, oh, I'm cranky, it's like, all right, like, you want to wrap this up? You want to go upstairs? You want to go home? Like, what's up? What do you need right now? Or if I'm like, I'm cranky or I'm irritable and I walk away, everybody know why I walked away, because I'm just irritable and I need a moment to myself. And so I do feel like it also just helps our relationships. And when we're taking care of our own well-being, right, we're more capable of showing empathy and compassion towards others. Because even for me, like last week, the guy I'm talking to, he came over and he was so cranky. And I thought it was the funniest thing because it reminded me of me. And so, like, once I made sure he was good, I just started laughing. And I was like, yo, you are me. I am you. I was like, that's exactly how I get when I get really, really hot. And I was just like giving him an example, like, of him by using himself to be like, hey, that's what I'm like. So when I be like, I don't want to go outside because it's too hot, and I know, and if I have to be out there too long, this is what you might get. I'm not saying you will necessarily, but this is a potential. Like, I've seen myself this way. And it also, right, and in that, it also, like, it wasn't judging his his crankiness. It was just funny. It was just reminding us of our humanity. I think for me, it was just like, we're all human, you know what I mean? And these are the things we go through. And to be able to just like not judge, to accept the moment for what it is, right? He didn't need to move out that emotion. I didn't try to do anything to get him out of it. I just let it pass. It passed. I just watched it, and I guess he witnessed it, watched it too, and just let it pass through him. He didn't hold on to it. He didn't stay there, but it was just funny to witness, and just to remember. Hey, we're human. Listen, this is what we go through. This is some of the experiences we have, but you don't have to own it, right? This is just an experience you're having, and it was really cute. And I think at the end of it, you know, the more we are taking care of ourselves, the more we are mindful about what our needs are, and we are honoring those needs, right? There is long term success there, right? Because now we can develop some sustainable practices, right? So achieving long term goals requires sustainable practices, and listening to our body and mind helps us to create a balanced approach that we can maintain over time. So as much as like I wanted to do this 30-day goal and wanted to audio blog daily every day, it didn't happen, but now I have the energy to keep going. So how far will I go, right? Like, now what would I do? How will I shift, right? And the reality is, it also is helping me be adaptable, right? Because now I'm being attuned to my needs, which has allowed me to adapt to the changing circumstances, right? I was like, at the start of this, I said life happens, you know? I do know that there are seasons or times in my life where I just don't feel like talking. And even then, I didn't even think about it when I was planning for this audio blog. But I had to allow myself to be able to shift, be able to adapt, be able to work with where I was. I wasn't hard on myself this time. I wasn't mean about it. I wasn't judging myself for it. I was just kind of like, I ain't got it. I ain't got the energy for that. And just saying no. And if you are a projector, okay, if that is your aura type, that is one of the ways to help you to reduce burnout. You got to know when to start saying no. You have to know when to start saying no. Because sometimes we say yes to so many things because we're so excited, which is great and exciting. But when you start feeling burnt out, or that you're on your way towards feeling burnt out, it's so important that you pause for a second and decide, like, what do I need? And if rest is what you need, if relaxation is what you need, if time in your own aura is what you need, then that is what you need to honor. That is what you need to give yourself. And if that means that something has to be put on hold, something has to be, the deadline have to be adjusted, or you have to say no to something, then so be it. Because you want to be able to go for the long haul. And burning out, oh my God. When I used to burn out, it used to take months to get back. Because I would let myself get so burnt out that, like, literally I was burning the world I had created. And I had to, like, restructure everything. Because I would get out of my routines and everything else, so everything would have to start over. And so, like, I started to realize, like, yo, burning out is not the way to go, because then it takes so much to come back. Like, what? And so it's just not worth it. And so I want to encourage you, like, don't get to the place of burnout. If you are in a cycle of burnout, it is time to make adjustments. It is time to reset things in your life and to make some new choices, because burning out consistently is avoidable. Like, you can avoid it. Like, it doesn't have to be that way. Your life does not have to be that way. And it's all about energy management and just honoring what you need, taking care of yourself. And so, when it comes to listening to our bodies and our minds, I do want to share some practical tips. Um, and that's like regularly checking in with yourself, right? You want to set aside time each day to check in with yourself and ask how you're feeling physically, mentally, and emotionally. I check in with myself all throughout the day generally, just to make sure I'm giving myself what I need. Because sometimes I'm just sitting there and I'm like, I want something, I need something. And I'm looking all over the apartment and I'm like, girl, whoa, wait, what do we need? And then I'll start, like, if I like slow down, I'll get the clarity of what it is I need. And so the other thing is, like, a healthy lifestyle, right? You want to maintain a healthy lifestyle with a balanced nutrition, regular exercise, and sufficient sleep. Okay? You want things to be in harmony. I'm not really one for balance, because I feel like sometimes you need one thing more than others. So I'm all about harmony. Give yourself what you need. You will know what you need by listening to your body, paying attention to your thoughts, paying attention to how, you feel when you think about things. Sometimes I think about different foods. Like, if I don't know what I want to eat, I'll start thinking about food, right? And I'll think about, like, what do I see? And as I do that, I get clarity on what I want. Now, again, I have gate 41 in my conscious earth. So I am grounded by following my desires and my dreams and my vision. So that actually, me visualizing what I want or visualizing possibilities, actually helps ground me, right? And so you got to figure out what helps ground you, what helps bring you clarity, what helps you keep maintaining yourself and, your highest level of well-being, okay? And the other thing is, like, sometimes we may need to seek support, right? And so don't hesitate to seek help and support from your friends, family, or professionals if you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed. We want to honor our needs. You want to be listening to your body and your mind. Prioritize your own well-being and listen to your body and mind. We do that, we set the foundation for a healthier, more aligned, harmonized, and successful life. I feel like by making the choice to just honor myself and to pour into myself, like, I also was breaking the perfectionism mindset. Sometimes I can really be a perfectionist. And I was just so kind to myself. Like, I didn't even think negative. I didn't even think what will happen. I didn't even judge myself for 2 seconds about not audio blogging. And I was just, that felt really good. It felt really good to just be kind and be patient and just be with what was, what I was being invited to in that moment, those moments. Usually when I commit to something, I want to be great at it. Like I told you, even when I did the 30 days for Medium blogging, I, even when I was exhausted, I showed up. I showed up. I kept showing up. Like I was going to do these 30 days, but this time I was just like, nah, girl, this is speaking. Okay. This ain't just typing. This is words. You got to use your words. And we know this, though this is all energy, like I feel like speaking is like a different level of energetic release. And so, or like, using your voice is a different level of energetic release. And so I just didn't have it. And so giving myself that kind of permission to just like let go. And I think on top of everything is like trusting myself, right? Like I knew that I trusted myself that I would be back. Like I wasn't worried about losing the energy of it, or oh, once I miss 3 days, I ain't gonna go back because I'm out of routine. Like I was not worried. I trusted that I would get back into the challenge with more energy, with more excitement, with focus, okay? And so I recognize that, like, yeah, listen, honoring my needs did not mean I'm giving up on my 30-day audio blog challenge, okay? But rather, like, I was preparing myself to come back stronger, to come back healthier, to come back grounded, right? And so it really did feel good to just honor my needs and not judge myself. And I mean, I'm not even sure if I'm like starting the 30 days over. Clearly, I'm like entry 14, I'm just gonna keep going. And I think at this point, I just want to see how long I keep this up, and what, even after the 30 days, what will this look like, right? Do I want to blog daily? Do I want to blog every other day? I definitely don't feel like this is a weekly thing. I feel like this is gonna happen more often than weekly, but I have no idea what that looks like. And so I feel like, taking this break and giving myself this permission is just perfect, because maybe this is how the blog will go. Maybe I'll do several days in a row and then take a day or two off. Like there's so much possibility now because I've given myself that space and I've gotten to experience something that wasn't planned, but also felt really, really good. And so, some of the lessons I learned is that, like, first of all, self-care is non-negotiable. It's just is what it is. And so self-care is just crucial, and there is different levels of self-care, right? There's different things that says that it's self-care. On Saturday, I slept. I stayed in bed till almost 3 p.m. Like I got up a couple of times. My moon cycle also started, so I just felt like I guess I was just like, my body was just like, girl, I ain't got it for you. I ain't got it. Like I need to do my womanly thing. I need to do my natural thing. We need a break, okay? Let me handle this and you rest, okay? So it was I don't know. I felt really sweet. I felt really cared for energetically and just by myself. Like I was just proud of like me not hustling through and just giving myself what I needed. And so I rested and slept until like 3. At 3 o'clock I officially got up. I made me a parfait, iced coffee, and I have this machine. It's like a coil binding machine that I brought back in February. I had not opened it, and I had, on Friday I received my human design map that I ordered from a projector, which I was so excited for about her work. I've been following her for a while. I've been on her mailing list for a while. I love her resources, and I just love that everybody has a different lens when it comes to human design. And so I ordered her map. A projector being seen, okay, because I see her. I see what she's doing over there, and I love it. Okay. I support it. She's doing human design her way. And it's just beautiful. And it reminds me of like what I'm building and within the membership. And so I got my map from her, and it was like 100 and something pages. And so I was like, oh, I'm gonna print it out, and I want to bind it. I want to make a book out of it. And so I pulled out my binding machine. That's what I did on Saturday. I ate my parfait, drank coffee, and I pulled out my binding machine, and I had such an amazing time. I binded that. I print a lot. I be printing out stuff. I love physical copies of things. I love to be able to touch. I do use GoodNotes, but I'm very much a physical copy kind of girl. So I um I printed out like a whole bunch of like, I already had this story. I already had these stuff printed, these books, these guides. And so what I ended up doing is like binding, the ones that I had out and open. And so like now I have like all these books that I created is so cute. Everything is so organized, and it just made me feel so good. And I also do like Amazon reviews. And so I did some reviews, and that's basically how I spent my Saturday. Amazon, buying reviews, and just coiling things and watching. I think I was watching I don't think it's Hell's Kitchen, but it was a Gordon Ramsay show. It's one of Gordon Ramsay shows I was watching. I can't think of. I think it was Hell's Kitchen. Yeah, I think it was Hell's Kitchen. So that's what I was there. An old episode of Hell's Kitchen and binding. And it was just like so therapeutic, so calming, so relaxed. It didn't require much of me. I did nothing for the membership this weekend. I think I did like one thing on my list that I have for this weekend. And you know what? I was at peace with that. Like, I did what I could, okay? Sunday I was a lot more productive, and I got a lot of things done, like as far as like household stuff, like laundry, my nails. I washed my hair, I retwisted my locks, I organized the home, I cooked, like, so I got things done, and I went to sleep early. So listen, it was all worth it at the end, but I know like being rigid can only lead to burnout. There was nothing I could do on Saturday. Like I'm telling y'all, I needed that rest. There was nothing I can do. And I think that I did edit. Matter of fact, Saturday morning, I did edit an audio blog. So Saturday we did get a blog. We just didn't get one Sunday or Monday. And now today is Tuesday. So hopefully I upload this later, and then I'll do another one, a recording later, and then we'll have Wednesday. So we'll see how that all works out. But listen, it is what it was, okay? It is what it was. And so the lesson learned was just like about being self-care is non-negotiable, right? I realized being flexible and adaptable is like so important um to my commitments, because if I had kept trying to go, who knows what that would have led to. I probably would have been out of commission way longer than a day or two, and would have required way more time to myself, and that was unnecessary. And so I'm just happy that I made the choice, and I know that everything is good. There's all is well, okay? And now I feel like I can go beyond the challenge, right? I'm not only committed to completing this challenge, but to go beyond it. Like I said, now there's so many possibilities for how I want to move forward with the audio blog. No, my intentions weren't just to do 30 days, but I didn't know like what I wanted to do after these 30 days, right? What now? What next, right? Will I try to do this daily? Will I want to do it? I know once a week is not it, because it just feels too long. It just feels like I don't need a week for another one. Maybe when my schedule get a little busier, possibly, but like once the membership is open. But right now we got this. We can do it. And so that was my reflections from honoring my needs. And so I also wanted to come and share that with you all, because it was just like last night as I was thinking about it, I'm like, what are we going to talk about? Like, are we ready to speak? And I'm like, yeah, we should honor our needs, because that's exactly what I did. I was just honoring my needs, taking that break. And so I'm back. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. But we outside, y'all. And I'm really, really grateful, and I'm really excited. And so I just want to encourage you all to honor your own needs and listen to your body and your mind. Understand yourself, get to know yourself. Remember, when you are in your body, you are in the present moment. What do you need right now? What is your body saying to you? I want to remind you that it is okay to take breaks, okay? And that in doing so, it can lead to greater success in the long run. Take care of yourself. When you are in your optimal health, when you are enjoying the fruits of your well-being, everything around you flourishes. Everything around you gets blessed. Everything around you get the divinity of what you are. Allow that clarity to be um like influenced, to influence everything. Allow that clarity of your aura, the clarity of your beingness to influence everything around you. Let it prosper. Let everything around you prosper. I want to thank you all for listening and being here with me and journeying along with me. I want to invite you to share your own experience and reflections on honoring your needs. What do you need right now? What are you giving yourself? What are you saying no to? What are you saying yes to? What are you committed to right now? How are you caring for yourself? How are you honoring yourself in this season? Leave me a message. Let's stay in touch. I love you all so much. I'm so grateful to be here. No matter where you are on your journey, know that all is well, all is well, all is well. If you are feeling overwhelmed or stressed, remember one breath will bring you back to your body. And in the present moment, you are safe. In the present moment, there is an answer for any perceived problem you may have. Take that deep breath. Come home to yourself because here there is clarity. I love you all so, so much. I'm so grateful for this space. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful for the break. And we outside. We outside. Stay hydrated, okay? Stay cool. Mind your business. Be kind. And I'm going to see y'all next time. Or I'll speak to you next time. You were listening to Charlie's Truth audio blog, entry 14. And I'm out.